Hello everybody, good morning, and I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. Today I just have a bunch of recipes for you. I'm going to share 4 recipes that are vintage recipes, and then I will share with you our Thanksgiving meal. So let's just go on and jump into it. It is a all cooking video. Okay, so first we are going to start off with this cranberry salad. Okay, the first dish we're going to make is a cranberry salad. So we're going to start with 1 pack of Jell-O. It says either strawberry, orange, cherry, pretty much whatever you want. Pour that in with 1 cup of boiling water. We're going to stir that so we can get it to dissolve. Okay, next you're going to take a can of crushed pineapple, and we're going to make 1/2 cup of juice. If you don't have a 1/2 cup, then it says you just add water until you have a 1/2 cup. I do need to add just a tiny bit of water, and then I've got a 1/2 cup. I'm gonna add this to the Jell-O mixture after that's nice and done. Okay, while that's sitting, we're gonna get our food processor out. Okay, then we're going to add 1 pack of fresh cranberries, and we're going to crush them up in the food processor. Okay, we're going to dump this into a bowl. This bowl we're going to add our can of crushed pineapple. I'm going to add 2 stalks of celery chopped fine. Make sure I break that up really good. Alright, 1 peeled and chopped apple. We're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. A 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Stir this all together, and we're going to let this sit for 30 minutes. Now let's make a coconut cream pie. So this is the coconut cream pie. And this is actually my aunt who made this, and looks like my grandmother must have loved it because she asked for the recipe. So that's what I'm going to make today. So you're going to start with 1 brick of cream cheese here, and we're going to whip this with 1 cup of milk. Okay, then it says to add 1 large box of instant pudding vanilla. I have 2 smaller boxes, so that's what I'm gonna add. Next, I'm gonna add 2/3 of this bag of coconut. It said to use a big bag. I'm gonna say 1/3 for the top. And we are gonna add 1 container of Cool Whip. Then this gets poured into a pre-baked pie crust. I just made up a pie crust this morning, but you could use store-bought, frozen, whatever kind you like to use. Then we're going to take the remaining 1/3 bag and we're going to toast it. Then we're going to just go on and pour this over the top. And this goes in the fridge for 2 hours. We're gonna go back to our cranberry salad, and we're just gonna add this cranberry mixture to the Jell-O that we already did. And I picked these two because these both have to be refrigerated for a little while. I'm gonna stir this all up. And then it gets poured into a mold. I just sprayed this with some nonstick cooking spray. And this then goes in the fridge to set.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around.
A jam cake is next, and you don't want to miss this recipe. Okay, now for the jam cake, we're gonna start with 1 cup of softened butter. And we're gonna add 2 cups of sugar. And we're gonna cream this together. Okay, and then I added 3 eggs, 1 at a time. Sorry, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. Now we're gonna add our spices. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of dried cloves, a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. Together. And here we're going to do 1 cup of buttermilk. And to this we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, now we're going to alternate between our 3 cups of flour and our buttermilk mixture. 1 cup of blackberry jam, and 1 cup of chopped walnuts. And this we're going to stir in. And then we're going to spray and flour our pan. This is supposed to be in a 9-inch pan, and it makes 3 layers. Then we're going to make a caramel icing. Okay, set your oven at 350 degrees. We're going to do 3 9-inch layers. That will bake for 30 minutes. Okay, now we're going to go on and make the icing. So over a medium-high heat, we're going to heat up a 1/2 cup of evaporated milk, 1 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup butter. Then we're going to remove this from heat and add a teaspoon of vanilla and stir that up. Then we're going to set this aside and let it come to a lukewarm temperature. Okay, now this is cooled, so we're going to add 3 cups of brown or powdered sugar. And we're going to mix that in. This cake is very crumbly. I've thinned some of this out because this cake is just so crumbly. And because of the jam, it's just very sticky. So if you put it on a cooling rack, I would lay some kind of aluminum foil or something down, wax paper or something. I'm assuming it's because of the jam it sticks so bad, it's hard to get out of the pans. Okay, so here it is, you guys. By far one of the ugliest cakes I have ever made, but oh my gosh, definitely something that I will play with and figure it out, because it is one of the best cakes I have ever made. Okay, so all day I had this sitting and something didn't set up right. I'm not sure what with the cranberry salad. It's very soupy, but it tastes wonderful. So I'm gonna see if it sits overnight, if it would set up. I decided to do our Thanksgiving feast outside by the fire. We are making a Taco Bell taco pie. So here is how you make that. So for the Taco Bell pie, you're gonna start with ground beef and just make your taco meat. Then you're gonna spray a pie pan. Then you take a tube of crescent rolls. Make this into a pie. Then you're gonna take corn chips and crush some to put on the bottom. It says about a cup. And then we're gonna add our taco meat on top of that. And then you're going to top that with about 1 cup of sour cream. And some chopped black olives. Some cheese. And more corn chips. Then we're going to bake this at 375 degrees for 20 minutes. Okay, so here's what we thought of all the recipes. The first one that we made was the cranberry salad, and it was amazing. So good. The only thing is it didn't set up. So if you're using a small box of Jell-O, I would use 2, and then I think it would be completely fine. I think 1 just wasn't enough. And then we had the coconut cream pie. I thought it was very good. I would use a little bit less coconut than the recipe called for, and that way you'd have more of the cream versus the coconut. And then third was the jam cake. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Fourth was the Taco Bell pie, and so good. So I definitely recommend these recipes, and I sure hope you guys try them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Bye everybody, have a wonderful night.